If I told you I've been a die-hard WNBA fan for the past 3 years, you probably wouldn't believe me. The truth is, the WNBA just hasn't been as thrilling to watch as the NBA.
Luka to Jones.
But everything changed when Caitlin Clark came along. She has captured the sports world's attention like no other female player in WNBA history. Now, people are talking about women's basketball in a way they never have before. Caitlin Clark is bringing a new level of excitement to the game. She is making amazing plays, scoring lots of points, and showing incredible skills on the court. Fans are tuning in just to watch her play. She has become a big name in the sports world, and her games are now must-see events. This reminds me of what Michael Jordan did in the early 90s. Back then, Jordan took basketball to new heights. He made the NBA more exciting, popular, and profitable. People who didn't usually watch basketball started to tune in just to see Jordan play. Caitlin Clark is doing something similar for the WNBA. She is making women's basketball more popular and bringing in new fans. Her impact on the game is huge, and it's clear that she is changing the way people see the WNBA. People often say that numbers are honest. Caitlin's presence in the WNBA has definitely attracted more fans and viewers. She has quickly become a representative for the WNBA and women's basketball. For the first time in a long while, the WNBA has a standout player to rely on for the future. However, despite all the media attention and the large amount of money Caitlin is bringing in, many of her fellow players and international athletes are not pleased with her actions. Many of them dislike her because they think she's taking all the attention for herself. For example, let's talk about Lynette Woodard. If you don't know her, she played for Kentucky from 1977 to 1981 and was one of the top scorers of her time. She became the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball history with 3,649 points. When Caitlin broke her scoring record last February, Woodard reacted bitterly. Instead of celebrating Caitlin's achievement, she responded negatively.
My record was hidden from everyone for 43 years. 43 years. I don't think...
She has the right to be recognized as the top scorer in women's college basketball, but it's not fair to criticize Caitlin right after she surpassed her record. Woodard played in a tougher basketball environment than Caitlin did, but it's not Caitlin's fault that the game changed. The three-point line and women's size basketballs were introduced after Woodard's time. The game evolved, and if these changes helped Caitlin become a better scorer, it's not her fault. So why blame her? For example, Kareem didn't complain about the lack of a three-point line when LeBron broke his scoring record last year.
LeBron James, a shot in history.
Kareem was on the sidelines and celebrated with LeBron when he made the record-breaking shot. No one really knew about Woodard's record until Caitlin broke it. So instead of discrediting Caitlin, Woodard should be grateful. Caitlin's achievement has brought media attention to Woodard, giving her recognition for her contributions to the game. The evolution of the game isn't anyone's fault. Just as Kareem celebrated LeBron's success, Woodard should celebrate Caitlin's. The changes in basketball rules and equipment are part of the sport's natural development. Caitlin breaking the record shouldn't be seen as diminishing Woodard's accomplishments. Instead, it highlights the progress and growth of women's basketball. Woodard's achievements remain impressive and should be honored alongside Caitlin's. Another Hall of Famer who is very jealous of Caitlin is former WNBA star Cheryl Swoops. Similar to Woodard, Swoops dismissed Caitlin's achievement of breaking the all-time scoring record. She claimed Caitlin only managed to break the record because she played more games, implying that the accomplishment was not due to skill, but to the number of opportunities Caitlin had on the court.
Break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it. So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record.
This statement undermines Caitlin's efforts and contributions to the game, suggesting that the record is less impressive due to the circumstances. When you first listen to Swoops, it really seems like she's telling the truth. She speaks with such confidence, and her body language is very convincing. However, if you do a quick online search, you will find out that Swoops is not being honest and is unfairly criticizing Caitlin. Look at this graph here. It shows that Caitlin has actually broken Plum's record by playing fewer games. Plum set the record in 139 games, while Caitlin managed to break it in just 126 games. But Swoops didn't stop there. Even after spreading these lies, she kept insisting on her false story, doubling down on her narrative. She said she scored a lot of points because she was taking 40 shots per game. But a quick Google search shows that Swoops was not telling the truth. Caitlin's college stats say she was taking only 18 to 22 shots per game, far from the 40 shots Swoops claimed. It's obvious that being classy is something you either have or don't, whether you're a Hall of Famer like Swoops or a rising star like Angel Reese. I mentioned Reese because she also has been subtly criticizing Caitlin. To me, Reese is just jealous of Caitlin. Even though Reese and her team beat Caitlin's team in the state championship, Caitlin was still chosen as the #1 pick in the draft. Worse, she was picked over Reese.
Select Angel Reese.
Now it seems like everyone dislikes and envies Caitlin because of her fame. This includes the original players, her fellow rookies, and the experienced players in the league. Speaking of the experienced players, Lexi Brown has also criticized Caitlin about the rumor that Ice Cube offered Caitlin $5 million to play in the Big Three for 8 games. Here's what she said.
You open the article and you see what he said was his reasoning. He wanted to provide more opportunities for WNBA players and provide opportunities to not go overseas. So you offered the contract to a player who's not yet even in the WNBA. Big Three does not happen during overseas season, so that doesn't make sense.
That's true.
I mean, I don't get why she has to explain why Caitlin should or should not take the offer. And in my view, I think she's just jealous that Caitlin had the opportunity to get that crazy amount of money by participating in just a couple of games, while she, on the other hand, was busting her butt for 6 years and only earning about 70 grand on average yearly, instead of trying to explain the motive of Ice Cube. Here's some practical advice that Lexi should have said right off the bat. It's simple. Take the $5 million now and join the WNBA later. But Lexi doesn't like that a new player could make more money than her, so she explained her opinion by saying that.
Is the W season over with?
October.
October? Caitlin, accept it. Accept it. You got 8 games. 8 games, accept that $5 million, and then into the W.
I'm not sure why Alexia is saying that, because Caitlin has only experienced hurt and pain. To make matters worse, the WNBA didn't select Caitlin for the USA team for the upcoming Olympics, even though she has the skills and stats to prove she deserves it. Despite all the hate and jealousy coming her way, Caitlin is proving her critics wrong. She is currently averaging 16.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. And she is on track to become Rookie of the Year. Given this, I believe Caitlin will be fine, and the hate she's receiving will only motivate her more. Do you think Caitlin was left out of the Olympics because of the hate she's getting? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Until next time.